and that is the ace in the hole. And of course, you can go back any number of years and watch Toyota operate these cars. If you want to see a little bit more behind the scenes of what goes on, I can't recommend the WEC's Full Access series enough. That's on the WEC YouTube site. Full Access, take a look back at the programs this year and last year. Gives you a lot of information. See how the teams and drivers react to scenarios that are happening, and behind the scenes stuff as well, little interviews and cameos. You learn a lot more about the teams and the drivers, and a lot more about how the racing happens and how these races are won and lost.
And there's so much that goes on. I mean, every team, I think we said this near the start of the race, but every team really could have a book written about its Le Mans weekend, because there are highs and there are lows, even for the successful teams. Barely is it totally plain sailing. Game on here, look. Porsche versus Ferrari heading down towards us, so trying to wriggle through the traffic. You've got this battle between Kévin, Estre and Alessandro. Pier Guidi on board with Pier Guidi. Estre just staying ahead, and this, remember, is for 4th and 5th places.
No love lost here, because Kévin Estre, Alessandro Pier Guidi in GT Pro over the years. Estre for Porsche, Pier Guidi for Ferrari have battled for championships. They've both won. But in the final year of GTE Pro, the Porsche duo, Kévin Estre, Michael Christensen, were denied after a clash at the final race in the dying stages. And Alessandro Pier Guidi and James Calado went on to win the title. So there's a lot of history. And again, these hypercar programs, both Porsche and Ferrari, promoted their GT driving talent into it. So if you're a young driver in a GT3 car, if you're good enough and make yourself known enough, you could be in this battle as well. Now look at the difference here. Estre on softs, Pier Guidi on hards. They're a stint newer, but it's a different tyre. And is that now making the difference? As Pier Guidi got more under him with the medium than Estre has with a tired soft.
Yeah, well, listen to what James Calado had said there in the interview just before. His medium tyres, he felt they were the quickest tyre if you could switch them on. So I think what we're seeing here is the temperatures coming up, track temps coming up to the point where they're just about working the medium, and that could be the best tyre to be on in the drive for the rest of the race.
2 to 3 seconds faster than anyone the last lap.
Estre made a small mistake going through Indianapolis. That allowed Pier Guidi to make the run on him down towards Arnage. That Porsche is not as quick as the Ferrari, but it's very wide.
I guarantee there was a radio message going, he hit me, he hit me. Yeah, we saw it, Kévin. Yeah, here comes the Ferrari. He's got a run on Estre. And a little bit of afters, and here we go again.
Back on the inside goes Estre. He had the line for the corner. As I say, that might not be the quicker of the two cars, but Kévin Estre has mega racecraft, and he is not going to give this up without a fight. He's also got that McLaren to sweep round the outside of. Job done. Ferrari goes through as well. Pier Guidi determined not to lose any time at all, and they're absolutely on the limit here.
Fabulous racing, Rob Bell. Two super professional drivers right at the top of their game. And again, the reactions of their teammates in these situations are just so entertaining to watch.
Yeah, even Saturday, I know both of them very well. It's just drawing breath every time you see them. The way they pass the McLaren, are just millimetres in it, and they look like they touched the lap before as well. They are going for it.
Yeah, because in the end, this might end up being a battle for gold, for victory.
Yeah.
You know, just as easily as the guys in the top three, because they're on a slightly different fuel strategy, however the fortune falls. Again, look, Pier Guidi all over the back of Estre. Estre's lacking traction, it seems to me. He's not getting off the corners, and Arnage was the classic example. You know, you lose more in a slow corner than you'll ever gain in a quick one. So out of the chicanes, out of Mulsanne corner, maybe out of Arnage, is it that the Ferrari's got that little bit more advantage? Don't forget that over 190 kph, which is out of most of these corners, the Ferrari's hybrid is driving the front wheel as well, so it's giving him a different sort of accelerative performance to the hybrid in the Porsche that's driving the rear only. But here he comes. He's going to be on the racing line, on the clean bit of the track, cuts across the nose of Kévin Estre, and Alessandro Pier Guidi moves up to 4th.
Yeah, I think that's just stint and a half old tyres, soft tyres on Kévin Estre compared to relatively 5-lap old new medium tyres on Pier Guidi. I think that's the difference between the two.
Yeah,
but the Ferrari has looked quicker than that Porsche for the bulk of the race, and Pier Guidi having gone ahead, you can anticipate will start to stretch that margin, because the Porsche has been, to use that dreadful phrase, there or thereabouts, but it's never been a standout car through the race.
Well, Pier Guidi has to stretch it out, because before you came on, David, Rob will remember when 51 was in front of 50 and 50 was waved by because it was lapping quicker. Where's 50? Well, it's not right in front of 51 right now. Now, I know there's the fuel strategy and yada, 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 but it's 2 cars up the road. So if the 51 team want to claim this double Le Mans victory after winning last year, then, boy, they better be ahead of their own teammates as well as everybody else. The truest fact here, as in any other form of racing, is if you don't beat your teammate, you're not going to win. So they are equally their enemy as any other manufacturer's car. Sweeping down towards Indianapolis, flying, not quite flying over the kink. Here comes the battle for 4th place in Hypercar, going by that yellow 44 Proton Competition Mustang. That's now back up to 6th position in the GT3 category. GT3 being led by Manthey EMA, Maurice Schuring 2 whole seconds ahead of the Team WRT BMW of Augusto Farfus, and he's a minute ahead of Dennis Olsen, who lies in 3rd place. Well, look at this. Oh, if there wasn't contact there, that's phenomenally close. And here again, Rob, that looked like there was just the tiniest of touches.
Very small contact, very small, but the two of them are lucky. I mean, we've seen it in this race already. The smallest amount of contact at that high speed can end in a big mess. So they got away with that one, I think.
Yeah. Look at the way the 2 cars handle differently through